Good morning, team. Good morning. Sorry, getting things set up and lined up. Well, all right. Can't complain about the battle plan trades last night, can we? You had to be up, though. Let's drop down in time frames a little bit there. So, the one thing I didn't say in the AM briefing was that we failed to make it to target here, and we failed so far to make it to target here for this battle plan trade and this battle plan trade. And that we went ahead and took that RTH low. It just makes me go, failed to make it to target, failed to make it to target, and we took the low. When the bulls are really strong, they don't have to take these RTH lows, which is fine. I mean, it gave a great entry. If you were up, I mean, dude, you made money. You're good. But failed to make target, and took the low. So, we drop underneath here because we've already had a bounce here. If I was to do a battle plan short, it would have said, sorry, let me move this. I wanted to take the low and have at least a 20-point bounce. At least a 20-point bounce. It's at 16, not even 20 yet. But I'd like to see a bounce there. So if this thing flushes underneath here and comes back to this strong level, this very well could be a nice short, taking it down to the next battle plan trade. I did not want to map out a short last night because I felt that the bulls were in control. They wrestled back control. We clearly left this area here where most of the trading occurred. You had POC down here, you had overnight low here, clearly left and spent the whole day here. So clearly in control, in my opinion. And this is now, if I got to look at it as non-prediction trading as possible, it's building a base. One of the things we said we want, we either need a nice retrace, which you got two of them, or we need sideways consolidation for a whiles. And very well, this is just beautiful consolidation before it breaks again, because we know ES direction, base, direction. We don't know which way it's going to go, but this is the typical pattern, right? All right, let's do our Tuesday reminders. So stops are the cost of doing business. It's just part of trading. You want small losses when you have them, and it either bounces or it doesn't. If I'm going to be just as blunt as I can be, it either bounces or it doesn't. There are times where we hit trade locations where I'm willing to take back and forth, but at our essence, we're bounce traders. It either bounces or it doesn't. So yeah, it's just a cost of doing business. So the philosophy is small wins, small losses, big wins. That's it. No big losses, right? How many times would that have helped us stay alive to trade another day? Yeah, you may not be seeing clearly. There might be something on your mind that's blocking you from being the best you. Might be a day like we had a week or so ago where we're like, it's just not respecting levels. They're in the holidays, and you just, take your L and move on. I think one of the things that really hurts traders the most is the feeling of being in drawdown. They'll do anything to get back to even, and that's where they get hurt. I saw a guy post yesterday on Twitter that, he had accidentally added to his trade, his losing trade, instead of exiting, and then tried to just get it back. And of course, beginner 101 would tell you that's probably a bad move. And it turned out to be a bad move. Know when to call it quits and come back to trade another day. Stops provide information. What is it telling you? I took a stop. Is that telling me, was that a legit level? Was that a legit trade? Did that trade match my trade plan? Because in your trade plan, you should have 1 to 5 trade setups that is your trade setups. This is what I'm looking for. Did that trade match those pre-drawn out trade setups? It either did or it didn't. Was it a legit level? Am I on the wrong side of price action? Stop out, stop out, stop out. You're on the wrong side of price action, right? So what information is it telling you? So if you take a stop, this is a great question to journal, to think about, get up from your desk, go grab you a beverage, go for a walk around the block. What did that stop tell me? Was I getting in too early? Was I prediction trading? I can promise you getting in early in prediction trading is not one of your 1 to 5 core setups that you like. For sure, right? And you can do everything wrong, guys. You can prediction trade. You can add your losing trade. You can do everything wrong except one thing. What is that one thing you cannot do wrong? Like it's just you can't do it. If you do it, you might as well stop trading.
30-minute overnight levels, especially front sides.
That one thing is trading beyond your daily loss limit. That is the one hard, just start a window cleaning business. Don't do a trading business. You can do everything wrong. You can add to your losing trade. You can move your stop. You can over leverage. You can do all that wrong and still come back and trade another day if you don't trade beyond your daily loss limit, whatever that is for you. And you're going to hit it from time to time. You just can't trade beyond it. You have to go, no, you are not doing that. Sit down, you little snotty nose, emotional child of a trader, and be a professional trader. It's the number one thing you must promise yourself. And you set things in place that prevents that. For example, if you trade Trade-Evate in a cash account, you can lock yourself out with a daily loss limit, and you can't do anything till after 6 p.m. Same thing with a weekly loss limit. So I have daily loss limit set up, and I have a weekly loss limit set up. That weekly loss limit is not 5 days, by the way. It's like 2.5 days. If I hit 2.5 days of drawdown, of my daily drawdown, I'm out for the week. So think about those things. If you're doing Ninja Trader, there's that Guardian plugin you can put on there that is just looks like the bee's knees. Like you can even put in there, don't allow a trade between this hour and this hour. If I was PC, I would be Ninja Trader and I would have that Guardian plugged in, no question about it. Some people are like, well, you should be a professional enough trader. You don't need those guardrails. Yeah, maybe. Put on the guardrails. Put on the guardrails. My humble opinion, just one trader's opinion. What do I know, right? One trader's opinion. You do you. Entry reminders. Is it a clean, clear, crisp level? Is it in a fair value gap? That adds a little extra juice. Has it been tested? Are you sure? Is there a backup level? I love backup levels, but you don't need them. I tried to prove that you needed them. It turned, honestly, if you just do our core strategy the way it's done, you don't need the backup level. But I like to know where they are because sometimes I might adjust my number of contracts and the distance of my stop loss to encompass the backup level. I'd hate to, let's say, have a 3-point stop loss, but 6 points away is an untested blah, blah, blah level. maybe I should reduce my leverage, widen my stop to encompass the backup level. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, let me know and I'll illustrate it. What is the distance of your ideal stop loss? Where is this trade idea wrong? Where is it wrong? And I have to just get out. The employee of that you gave instructions to didn't do it. When do you fire them? Where is the line in the sand that you fire your employee? Am I with trend? Are we parabolic? Where am I in that trend? Where am I when it comes to high time frame ranges? That's something I'm pretty darn good at, keeping us um, dialed in, which really helps trading. Really helps trading. We sometimes get to those trade locations where we go, okay, guys, this is a time to do option trades. Might as well be in this trade for 2 or 3 days with a different vehicle than futures. The one beautiful thing about futures is it trades 23 hours a day. All right, we're about to open. I need to wrap this up. Never ever jump into a trade because you think or have a hunch. Don't ever do it. It's not repeatable. If you have a winning trade, that sucks because now you think you know what price is going to do. If you take a loser, that sucks because you weren't disciplined. Either way, it sucks. But then again, if you jump on the train and it goes against you, what's the number one rule you can't break? If you hit your daily loss limit, you are done. Period. End of the story. And then you might want to take a day off from trading as a way to discipline yourself of going, nope, you're not trading tomorrow. You're just not doing it. You went stupid. You're taking a day off. You're going to pray. You're going to meditate. You're going to finally clean the garage. You're going to detail your wife's car. You know what I mean? And how many ladders have we taken? To the north, it doesn't matter because this thing keeps going and going and going. Oh, there we go. We finally hit the target for a battle plan trade number 2. So came in and hit the target. Nice. So we'll take that. If you're in London, making money should have just been stupid simple last night. I can't make it any easier. If you're flat, we are waiting for something new. That's the only way to trade this. We're waiting for something new. And welcome, YouTube. Honestly, I kind of forgot y'all were listening. So make sure you go take a peek at the battle plan YouTube at microstrader.com and click the battle plan. Heck, grab you a 7-day trial. See if we can do it 7 days in a row. Do you think I cherry picked today? No, because we'd go live every Tuesday. And that worked well. Right to target and a nice bounce. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Let's go take a peek at everybody else. Is anybody doing anything crazy? Well, I knew there was some kind of news with NVIDIA, so I was kind of hoping NQ really had a move there. Looks like it's just taking out its overnight high. Nothing to get that excited about. And good morning, and prayers for Scott's wife, of course. Joe, is Joe in here? Yeah, I loved how you said you will set aside time today to pray for Shannon. I used to post that a little bit more, and I have decided. So the prayer request channel, I made sure is there prominently. I also made at microstrader.com a prayer request. So at MicroStrader now, I put a faith here. These are the devotionals that I publish twice a week, and then prayer request form. There's time there. There goes lots of times you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. But dang, when you need it, you need it. And one of the things I meant to say in the AM briefing this morning, the Lord has just set my heart so on fire this year. My wife even texted me this morning. She said, the Lord is working through you. Just from our Bible study and stuff this morning. And what a, gosh, what other goal is there? So if people would pray for Scott's wife there, Shannon, that'd be really, really cool. All right. Well, I don't trade the first 6 minutes. I just watch. I'm not shorting this. The only short I would entertain is if we slammed back underneath here. I would definitely entertain the short to come here, because most likely it'll come and get out my runner that I keep 5 to 10 points behind the RTH low. So I am still long. DOM is closed. Platform is not even open. Doesn't need to be open. I just need to sit back, relax, and have a good time. All right. So everybody's in the upper distribution. 3 of us are above our VWAPs. Russell is not. Tesla is down. Apple's down just a little bit. NVIDIA is up probably off that news. One of our trend indicators says if you're long, stay long, protect your profits. Break levels tell the story. Shorts are counter. Yep. Good morning, team. I love that. Thank you for that. For anyone who didn't see it, I did a video there under the indicators training where I walked through the essentials indicator and what everything means. So if you didn't see that, it's there in a Discord channel, training videos. Just to recap again, what does everything mean? Let's go to a 3-minute chart. We're still inside the first 6 minutes. Otherwise, this opening trade would be something that if you're not long and you want to entertain, know that we did bounce off the bull bear line. It's inside the first 6 minutes. I'm not that interested in the trade. But if you're looking to get long, right there is your long. You got VWAP as well. You got the overnight halfback as well. Certainly several confluences here. You got a 3-minute front side, although it's overnight, so I don't really give that much weight. But if we're talking about backup levels, those are some, you got quite a few little backup levels there. Didn't quite hit the opening. You'd had to front run the opening. Which, in all honesty, let's take one little step back. It did take the London, and when it comes back in like that, it's tough to want to take the first long. But you certainly had backup levels with an obvious out, and it was all really close. Yeah. It'd have been a tiny stop. But it didn't actually hit the opening. You'd had to front run it. And I'm not sure I'm going to front run it after bouncing off a strong level and grabbing the London high. But bulls are in control. Once again, I wouldn't be shorting this yet unless we get back underneath here. The warning shot to bears. If you're still long from battle plan number 2 here, if you were, I have members from all over the world, so people can definitely still be long here. I drew the trade to here, a great exit for contracts, and then hold back a single runner. Our failure to get there, it almost looked like it was going to come back, but that's why you keep your runner management the way you keep it, because we don't know what price is going to do. And at this point, in my opinion, bulls control, even though we're just at the bull bear line. But based on the price action yesterday, bulls control. Tesla and Apple, more red. Hard to go up when those bad boys are going down like that. Go take a peek at everybody else again. As I said, I'm just keeping Friday's high and low as my high and low, keeping the halfback from Fridays. NQ had such a tiny inside day. To me, it's not significant. Looks like an overnight session, so that's how I'm treating it. Dow going to make a new all-time high today. Everybody's in the upper distribution above their VWAPs. We did do a liquidity sweep of the RTH low, laddered back, gave a beautiful entry if you were awake. If not, we're waiting for something new. Waiting for something new. Go ahead and clean up. Step back to a 10-minute chart here. Just in general, let's look how the strong levels have done. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. This was the Sunday night battle plan trade here. So that was Sunday. And then this was last night. And this was today. Pretty darn good. That's exciting. If you're looking for the right trade in the right trade locations, you will do well. Got to get good at holding a runner. When you're counter, the runners never work until it does. And then that's your 100-pointer. And it's worth that type of move to keep a runner.
No level, no trade, period. Make price come to you. No prediction trading. What are the break levels telling you?
100%. No level, no trade. Can we reclaim this bull bear line? Dow's pushing up, and Q just can't get anything going. Let's go back to a 3-minute chart. Let's turn back on our essentials. Looks like we're back to challenging the opening here against the VWAP, against the RTH halfback. Stuck between the warning shot to bears and the bull bear line. If we're looking for an edge, we are not at an edge. Where we can come in here, one of the tools you can use is this fixed range volume profile. Just throw it on there for all of that and go, where's POC? Well, it's at the bull bear line, as we talked about yesterday. Value area low is here. Value area high is here. So we're certainly in the middle, even based off the value area. So nothing that's that exciting to trade here. Come on. I just want this. There we go. Delete. Come on. There we go. So those two white lines, just the value area high and low of all of this. If this thing pushes down into here, I'd really want to see it not get under the strong level, strong range, and get back up, get back above the opening. If it's going to push down, right now it's back and forth through the opening, indecision, in the middle of the value area. The last 1, 2, 3 sessions. Good morning. Good morning. If we get something exciting, I don't mind trading all day today. Not that that'll happen, but I don't mind doing it. Wife's back at work now, no longer at home. So if we get something good, we might extend our trading this morning. And if we get another small range warning, well, it probably won't happen. Almost done with the first 15 minutes of trading, going nowhere. We're just hanging out here at the bull bear line. Tomorrow we do have some jobs data. I do think the bulls control. I'm not interested in shorting. Unless, like we talked about the three scenarios yesterday. Did anybody take that 62 short? I was just curious. Because the beautiful thing about that type of trade is your out is like 65, 66. And if you'd kept a single runner, if you don't go to sleep, boy, you could have really had a sweet move. But even an exit at the end of the day, you took it but didn't hold a runner well. Yeah. It's hard when you're counter, isn't it? It's just so hard. Um, and I a little trick a person can do is, let's say you took this with 3 contracts, which I know you did. And you TP'd, which I know you did. You move that runner to wherever, you're going to have it, and you walk away from your platform or close it down. Like literally, I've done that many times. Like, okay, I'm in this runner. I don't want to mess with it. And I want to just remove myself from the equation and just close your platform or run to the grocery store. So bulls control. If you did battle plan 2 here, if you're international member or you were up early, you're still holding a single runner. Congrats. Nice trade. If you came into the day flat, we're waiting for something new. The first thing that would be something new is we grab this RTH high and slam back under here. Or we get back above and we build something here headed to the expected range, which would be nice. I'm coming into my 100 pointer here. See if we can get up there and get it. And this year, I'm going to count my 100 pointers by, did it get to 100 points? And I'm going to try to be even better at holding for much longer than just a 100 pointer, which means I'm going to lose some of the 100 pointers because I'm not taking it as soon as I get it. I'm going to try to be better this year at even holding longer. Very nice. Bulls control. Notice in the battle plan last night, there were 0 mapped out shorts. That's on purpose. NQs above previous day high. So we took out the overnight high. There we go. Bulls control. Beautiful. If you took battle plan 1, I wouldn't have blamed you if TPN at the first target, which is the bull bear line. Then you hold a single runner back. That's now a 25 pointer. Let's see if it gets to the expected range. It's about a 40 pointer. Very nice. Very, very nice. Come on, 3 more points. Back to the top of the strong range. Hopefully now it can break it. Come on, 2 more points. 2 more points. I'll try to screenshot it when it gets there. There we go. It hit it. It hit it. Boom. We'll take it. Actually, I want to screenshot that so I can, in a way, can save it easier. Boom. All right. Very nice. Let me load that so I can include it in tonight's battle plan. Guys, make sure you're using the leaderboard. Not everybody understands what we do. Celebrate your 10 pointers, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, all of those. It is worth it. Nobody understands what you do but us, All right, let me put that in the group. Very nice, Brian. Boom. Did you take the opening trade is what you took? Fire. Fire, fire. Try to keep a single runner back. We're in a beautiful trade. So if you took the opening against the VWAP against the RTH halfback with an overnight front side, and that could have paid well. Now you want to keep a single runner back just in case. If it makes to the expected range.
Bigger picture.
Beautiful trade.
Single prints. Ranges.
Bulls control. Thank you, Joe. Trump speaking at GOP retreat around 10 a.m. Very nice. Let's go.
Stretch. Workout. Get up.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Nothing to do but the holding. Let's go take a peek at everybody else. Beautiful. NQ certainly has a pool of liquidity as a target. If you're an intraday trader only, I would be keeping an eye on NQ to hit the 25,800. If you wanted a exit point, I would probably use that more as my exit point. And calling the day green and good. If you're going to play perfect chess, just keep it back. You know, perfect chess at this point, there's nothing on a 3-minute chart. I think we don't even have, geez, there's no structure even on a 1-minute really. So just hold, hold, hold. We got expected range here. And will NQ get to the level we just talked about, which was Friday's level. That's why I didn't care about this. About the time we get to the expected range. Nice trading, nice trading. So this morning we said if ES gets back down to here and slams through, this could be a possible short, but bulls control. Came up here, grabbed the London high, came back to the opening. We said we wanted to take the opening against the VWAP, against the RTH halfback with the front side, because we talked about backup levels this morning. You had those as beautiful backup levels. And this is gorgeous. Notice we were only looking for a short if we broke down. do not short this. And that's why Battle Plan had no mapped out shorts. Nice job, guys. Nice, James. Yeah, I'm hooked on parabolics. Me too. You know, one of our rules, don't. Yeah, hey, Andrew, not that that's a great entry too. That's a great entry too. You know, and seriously, if this thing gets up here to this and you guys just want to TP and call it done and walk for the day, it's beautiful. I mean, what more do you need? So, nice job, guys. Nice trading. Boom, 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 baby. Look for the right trades in the right trade locations. It's beautiful. Nice mapping. Thank you, sir. Nice, Darren. Nice, 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 guys. Together, we trade better. You have your vision of the chart. I'm trying to lead a larger vision. Got 20. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful. Nice. Nice, 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 guys. Trading doesn't get any easier than that, in my humble opinion. You know, recently Tuesdays have kind of stunk. And because yesterday kind of stunk, I was hoping that today would be one of those beautiful days. And it certainly is. Thank you, Lord. Beautiful, beautiful. And Joe, thanks again for your comment this morning on the AM briefing. Every now and when you feel inspired, leave me a comment. I know it's kind of the same stuff, but it's the same stuff that works, right? You know, for some reason, I can't get my app to load, but I was going to try to bring that over. It's just too much of a pain in the butt. I just can't get my Tradeovate app to load, so I'm using the web. You know, one micro can frickin' pay, you know. It can pay, it can pay, it can pay, whether it's in a retirement account or it's a cash account. You know, this is why I was so thankful, in all honesty, that microstrader.com was available. You know, it's so, you know, it's amazing what 1 to 3 micros can really do, well traded, well held, and looking for trades in the right trade location. It's just really cool. So stay out of the way. Don't short this. And if you're flat and you're just watching it and you're frustrated, it's time to close down and walk. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. There's another high probability trade around the corner. That corner could be this afternoon. That corner could be tomorrow. But if you're frustrated because you didn't take it, either the battle plan 2 or the opening long, oh well, just remove yourself. It doesn't matter. No one knows. No one knows. It's okay. And if we did know, all we would do is support you and say, walk with your head held high. Sometimes the only reward is seeing the price action well. Sometimes you get an entry, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it misses you by a tick. Ask me how I know. You know, today at the end of the day, I'm going to map out more entries. They might be a far away. Sometimes I mark my ideal entry over 100 points away. And then how shocking is it that it gets there the next day? You know? So, and if you got into this parabolic move, keep a freaking runner back. NQ has almost made it to here. We've almost made it to our expected range. Dow looks like it wants to make another all-time high. I got two strong levels here. Why didn't I make that a strong range? I'm asking myself. Had to be a reason. I don't remember off the top of my head. But a delightful place to take your profit before it gets to the expected range. And if you wanted to and the beautiful thing about doing that as well, if you're in an intraday trailing drawdown account, that completely resets your drawdown, probably completely resets it. If you're in a static end of the day, you have different options. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I still can't get my Trade of 8 Trader app to load. It's weird. Because I like to show the DOM more easily. I start sliding windows all over the place. It gets too messy for me. All right, so as this thing is coming up in here to 76, 77, 80, 83, you're long from here or you're long from here on that back test. Beautiful place to TP. If you want to hold to the end of the day, I don't blame you. Let's go back to a 1 minute chart. I still don't think there's any real structure. Oh, is this not the most beautiful, guys? Oh, this is so fun. Congratulations. Nice trading. So it made it to 74.50. Like I said, 76 and up there to 82 or 83. It's just easy take profits and close down, walk, you're done. You don't come back. You tell yourself you're done and you're going to honor what you say because you're a disciplined trader. Love your vibe today. Well, I'll tell you why, Andrew. Really, um, I've live streamed on Tuesday for I don't know a couple 3 years, and Tuesdays used to be great. Oh my gosh, Tuesdays were. It's one reason I love streaming on Tuesdays, is we typically got really good moves, and um, I thought it showcased what we did really well. And for about the last 6 months, Tuesdays have been horrible. And I don't know if that was demonstrating anything other than patience, which is valuable, right? But it's nice to have a good Tuesday stream. Bulls control, as we've said. That's why we mapped out no shorts. We mapped out a short idea that didn't even get close to happening because, well, bulls control. And I wouldn't be shorting this. If you made me short, though, I would short this strong level right here at 83 with like a 3-point stop loss. But I'm not. I'm long. And I don't recommend doing that. But it would seem to be an excellent type of location if you were looking to do something like that. So let me remove that. Just get back to here. Notice one thing I don't have on my chart. Do you see all my levels on my chart? No, because
No level, no trade, period. Make price come to you. No prediction trading. What are the break levels telling you?
You know why they're not on my chart? Because they don't freaking matter. The only thing that matters right now is how you're managing your winning trade. One of the things that gets people into trouble, and let's say you're not in this trade, you'll have levels that you've marked here and they are tempted to freaking short them all. Totally missing, we're in a parabolic move. It's better in this type of move. Just remove all the levels off your chart. Heck, you can even remove the strong levels. Just go to a naked chart and go, what is the most important thing for me to do here? It is just to manage my runner. There's no structure on a 3 minute. Now we're dropping to a 1 minute. Is there some structure I could be behind if I'm trying to maximize trailing drawdown? You just manage this. You don't need to worry about anything else. Could we vomit back in? Sure. I don't know what we're going to do. I just know I need to manage my winning trade, and I'm not trying to predict a turnaround. That's fruitless mental trash. Manage your trade. When I used, at one time I wanted to become a private pilot. I probably got 20, 25 hours. And, after you get that, you can solo and take off, land, all that good stuff. Which is really fun, but it's very expensive. But my instructor, how many times he said, if all hell breaks loose, whatever, just fly the darn plane. Look out the airplane. Don't look at the instruments and fly the freaking airplane. He was an old guy that had thousands of hours, former airline pilot, everything, but that always stuck with me. Fly the freaking plane. And I actually really loved that he taught me first because it was fly the plane. Quit looking at the instruments. Stop it. Just look out the plane and fly the darn plane. You see the airport runway down there? That's where we're going. Get there. Kind of like just. So I think that relates to trading a lot. Right now, remove everything off your chart. You don't need any instruments. You don't need any levels. You get your private pilot license last year? I was just going for the sports license. I'm never going to take anybody, so I liked the sport pilot license. Congratulations, Pappy. I did not know that, you aviator, you. Best thing ever. It is. One day I might go back and finish it. When I was halfway through it, I went, okay, now what am I going to do when I get my license? I wish I had utility for it. Of like, hey, I need to go from here to there often. Yeah, congratulations, man. I didn't know that. But you can see why I use lots of aviation terms because it really relates a lot to what we do. Talking about the 4-pack. This is your radar. This is where all the other airplanes are. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, it's beautiful, man. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. Anybody else got their license? All right, all we're doing now is just riding the wave, baby. Parabolic is our friend. When you're trading long, when the bulls control, you make your life much, much easier. And you just know there's people shorting this, which is great. You love that. I want those other guys shorting this because then they have to get out and it just propels this higher and higher and higher. And they get more and more pissed and they keep doing it. Beautiful. All right. I am going to turn back on my strong levels. I would rather have my strong levels on than any other level. All right, so we're coming up into that 76 area, 76 to 83. If you're just wanting to TP and be done, I think you can safely land your plane here. More right rudder. Dow's pulling into the new all-time high. NQ still staggering a little bit here. So, this 76, I mean, you're about there, you don't have to wait for the exact tick. You could just exit right here. Boom. You exit, you're done. Walk, enjoy your day. Go hit some golf balls. Go fly your airplane. I'd love to own one of those 2-seater diamonds or 4-seater diamonds. Those are just so beautiful. Oh, did you do it in a diamond? That's sweet. What a beautiful plane. I'm I did my sport training in what's called a sports cruiser, and it had a stick. Oh, I love that. It reminded me of the right stuff. um, yeah, isn't that a beautiful airplane? Yep. Yeah, it's a beautiful airplane. Here, I'll just slide this over. The sports cruiser is what I did my hours in. Oh, I love that thing. Although my first hours was in a Piper Cherokee, old school, old school, and I loved it. Those Cherokees. Now, if I had the money, I would get what's called a Cherokee 6 and just have it redone. You can set 6 passengers in it in a single engine. It is a beast of a machine. Cherokee 6. How fun. All right. Nothing to do but let your runner work. Um, you can tell we seem to be decelerating here about the 76 level. Doesn't mean the ride is over, but it's a good place to TP if you took that long down there and you're looking to call it good. That's about as beautiful as it gets, guys. Nice trading, nice trading, nice trading. Yeah, look at that Cherokee 6. Oh, a float plane. Oh, which reminds me, how much I'm sure you've seen the icon, right? For people who's not into aviation, I got to show you this. This thing. If there's an airplane that makes me lust, it's the icon. I mean, look at this thing. It folds up. You can travel with it on a trailer. You can land in the water. It was designed by an F-16 pilot. The cockpit is just freaking gorgeous. What a cool looking airplane. Right? I mean, look at that. Oh, if I put that on my Amazon list, would somebody buy that? Yeah, built by an F-16 pilot. It's just gorgeous.
Bigger picture. Single prints. Ranges.
It's one of those things like when I see the new body style Corvette, I tell God it's beautiful, but I don't need it. I'm not lusting after it. But that icon, I've actually never seen one in person. I would love to see one in person. I think if I think they make them down in Tampa area. And if you buy one, you can go down there and get all your training and in fact, Chris in here that you see there at one time, he had his commercial license. Chris, did you ever go back and get some? I knew you had talked about it at one point. I'm going to go to Sun and Fun in April. Yeah. All right. So if you TP'd right up in there where we talked about, I think it was a great trade. Is this thing going to rotate back down? I don't know. Um, just that wasn't the area here that if you wanted to TP and walk for the day, you made it. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, the plane is easy. Having a reason to fly it is the hard part. That's kind of why I kind of dropped out. I went, what am I going to do? What are you going to go up for an hour a week and circle around your town? I don't know. I kind of felt like, I don't know. I wish I had utility. Yeah, those are interesting. Bring back the session levels just for a second. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Very expensive hobby. Yeah. um, when I was doing the flying, I was looking at buying a home, and here in Texas, aviation communities are very popular, where everyone shares a runway, and you have access to the runway from your home. Some people live right on the runway. Some people you have to taxi to it. But I was looking at buying some land in one of those developments. Yeah, that's exactly right, Chris. I need to start a company that requires me to travel about 300 miles once or twice a week. Exactly. Oh, well. All right. Beautiful trade, up over 100 points from Friday's long. That's nice. If you took the long off the opening, you're in that. I wouldn't let it go more than 20, like, depending on how you want to do it, but somewhere in there, you got a 30 pointer. Nice day. Doesn't get any easier than that. Only thing to do now is not to hurt yourself with trying to counter this. Hurt yourself by, and you can't really hurt yourself by moving your stop up. I mean, you're capturing profit. Depends on your goal.
Should I be trading? Am I biased? Am I following price or fighting price?
I'm definitely following price. Let's go check everybody else again. NQ is still getting close to that level. Dow's almost making a new all-time high. Russell pretty much took out its not all-time high, previous day high. Bulls control and looking for longs in all the right places was the right move. Battle plan 1 was there. Did not get the full follow through overnight. You made whatever you made. Battle plan 2 was the money if you were up early, or 3 we called long off the opening with a couple backup levels there, in confluence with our reminder of the day. So that's what we did. Hope everybody stayed safe. Nobody was shorting this. If all I did was to stop you from shorting this, I did my job. If you got into this long, well, you paid for your membership today. All right, so certainly coming into the 76, 77 area there, that if you wanted to TP and walk, you are there. Bulls control. Nice trading.
Stretch. Workout. Get up.
Very nice. It's 110 points on this long. Let me screenshot that again, because I can't seem to get my Tradeovate app to load to make it easy. Let me try it again, which is weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just not loading. I got a lot going on. You're streaming, you're zooming. I got a lot going on. Anybody take their TP there out of curiosity? If you did, congratulations. Nice trading. Nice exit. If you're holding a single runner, who knows? You might have 100 pointer on your hands today yourself. In fact, let's just zoom out. Let's see where that hypothetically would be. I just want to turn on these strong levels. The all-time high, guys, is within reach. I mean, really nice. So if you took that, well, you would need a really extended move for another 100 point. But I'd be way up there above the all-time high. So, one of the things that we're doing is we're getting close to the all-time high. The all-time high is my least favorite place to trade. I always prefer to just be in a runner as we get close to that direction. All right, so we talked about 676 to 77 is a great TP if you wanted to TP and be done. You're out. Congratulations, nice trading. NQ is almost at the level. Dow is almost at the all-time high. Anything more is just ridiculous bonus. To me, it certainly made it to target, the expected range. Anything else is just lagniappe, to use a term from Louisiana. It means just a little bit more, right? A little extra. I'm going to get some water. I'll be back. IB highs and lows here in 2 seconds.
IB high, IB low.
Nice trading, guys. Make sure you put your 10, 20, 30, 40 pointers there in the group so we can celebrate it with you. And if you have an inclination, please pray for Shannon, Scott's wife, who's in the hospital with a stroke after suffering a stroke. So maybe that 76, 77, where I expect there to be a pullback. NQ, I was thinking would get this high about the same time. And Dow is almost at its all-time high. Maybe there'll be one more push up. Maybe there won't. I don't know. I just know where I'm interested in engaging in price. And that's where we engage in price, and then we follow the price action. That's what we do. That's what we do. And there we go. My DOM loaded there, which is nice. And let me change that. There we go. So we got loaded up there. Nice. So if we TP to 77, I'm at 76. Congrats, really. Beautiful exit. Beautiful exit. If you're holding on to a single runner, playing perfect chess with our 3-contract system, I don't blame you. There's no structure on a 3 minute, so if you want to drop to a 1 minute and have a structure, I'd probably move your stop to 66. If you're going to try to hold on, otherwise the 76 was the perfect exit for an intraday trade. And we'll just let it go like that. So beautiful. No sense in trading longer today. We made our daily bread here. Trading longer might entice you to want to short this. It also might make you chase longs. To me, the trade has already happened. And so at the top of the hour, we'll step away from the chart unless something amazing happens. Now, just because we turned around there at 76 or whatnot, I don't think that was a short, you know, although that's where we were expecting price to kind of tap out. That doesn't mean that's where I would take a short, my humble opinion. So that's why we didn't really talk about it. You know, just because a certain zone's a great take profit doesn't necessarily mean that's where you want to go short. Beautiful, beautiful. Hmm. So if you TP to 76, nice. Um, if you're going to try to play a little more perfect chess, now there's nothing on a 3 minute, and as we said on the 1 minute, maybe put your stop at 66. It's almost gotten you. You would have given up 10 points, which is fine. Who cares? Um, and if you have it at your entry as your final runner, cool. We'll see what happens. Yep, the IB highs and lows are in. IB low, IB high. 96% of the time, it takes out one of them. Which one? Don't know. So we're up over 100 points from Friday's low. We'll see if this thing wants to come back into balance. I'd prefer to see it come on down into this, get back up over top, and then continue its journey. Let this be shakeout week long's move. And it bounced right at the 66 level. Will it bounce up and make a new high? I don't know. I just knew 66 was probably going to be where it bounced. All right. So still long. See if I can stay long till we hit a new all-time high, or it'll have to come get me playing perfect chess. Now, that's beautiful. Put that on the trading floor. So, yep, we're not going to do any extended trading unless something pretty amazing happens. I don't know what that would be actually. Um, After that, I'll start working on today's review and battle plan for tomorrow. I'm curious, when you looked at the battle plan last night, did you listen to the audio? I'm sure there's some way I could find out how many times it was accessed, but I don't know. When it's a little bit longer, I try to do the audio, and I think it's really nice. Mhm.
No level, no trade, period.
Thanks, Rosemary.
Make price come to you. No prediction trading. What are the break levels telling you?
Sorry, I was speaking over that. Thanks, Rosemary. As feedback, I'd probably not listen to the audio as I like to read and ponder. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that too. It makes sense. I'm not the best writer in the world, but I can promise you, I'm trying to. It's one reason I start writing it in the morning, especially the review section. By the time it's published, I've read that darn stupid review section so many times it's ridiculous. Trying to make sure it's readable. The last thing you want to read is something clumsy. And I try not to speak in textinese, like how you text, and it's just, yeah, I don't do the audio every day, only when the review section is long, um, in case someone wants that additional guidance. Oh, beautiful move. So if you TP'd there at 76, 77, you're a happy, happy camper. Um, we talked about that option several times. If you moved your stop back to 66 or under there, you're probably out. If your stop is underneath the strong range, we'll see what happens. I might cut up this morning's Zoom and do a small video on it because I think it was beautiful. We talked about the opening, the backup levels, and then TP in there at 76, 77. Very nice. And it is in perfect harmony with Battle Plan 2. So nice day. I might deserve some Panda Express today. In all honesty, I'm surprised our computer systems and can't doesn't allow us to select text on a page and have it read it to us in beautifully perfect non-robotic way. Like that seems like at this point in our technology that should be easily done. Um Now if you're Mac, you do have the ability to pick different voices and choose to enhance voices, and there you can listen to it and it's okay, but it should be like so much better. So if anybody's Mac and you don't know how to pick extra other voices, let me know and I'll show you real quick. But um, seems like by now our computer should be able to read back to us beautifully. Very nice. Very nice. Cannot complain. Green over greed. If you took the opening to the 76, I mean, you basically had a 30 pointer. What more do you need? 10 points a day keeps the JOB away, depending on your size. Don't need this. This pops up right now. Remind me, go ahead and schedule tomorrow's AM briefing. So let me go ahead and do that. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Bigger picture. Single prints. Ranges.
All right, tomorrow's AM briefing already scheduled. All right. Let's see if this strong range will hold price up. I don't have the highest confidence because Dow was pushing the new all-time high. NQ finally had a nice up move. Wouldn't be surprised. This is an area where it failed. That if there are big bears, they're going to really, they don't want to get over this level. So it's going to be very interesting. Doesn't mean I want to go short, but it was certainly represented a great place to take profit. Nice bounce off the strong range. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what we do. Mr. James Paul has already called it. If people who took their profit, you should be done. So congrats, and please share your wins in the group. It's always fun. Beautiful bounce off the strong range. All right, we'll see if the bulls are going to defend here. This would be the perfect place for them to defend it. Not getting back inside of previous day range. Let's do a quick look at silver and Bitcoin. Boy, silver had a big pushback to the north. Thank goodness. Bitcoin still looking for it to come a little further down there. Let's look at SPX and SPY. Okay. So the easy trading is probably done. The hard trading is what happens next.
Stop trading in 10 minutes. Only trade your best trading hours. Take a break. Walk away. Be done. Be content. Adjust afternoon risk settings.
So what does it mean, adjust afternoon risk settings? We talk about it every now and then. So let's say you did take this trade, like many of you did, and you exited there and you made 30 points. Okay. So you made 30 points. If you had two contracts, you made 60 points, whatever you had. Adjust afternoon risk settings. Let's say you made the 30 points. You go, you know what? I still want to keep trading, but I want to make sure I'm green for the day. Let's say you're doing a trade of 8 cash account. Well, you go in there and you adjust your risk settings. It says, okay, when I'm down 10 points, whatever dollar amount that is, or lock me out. And so that's adjusting your afternoon risk settings of, I'm going to continue trading, but I want to ensure I have a green day, that I'm protecting myself from myself. So you adjust your afternoon risk settings. Doesn't get much easier than that. So YouTube, thanks for joining us today. I'm going to go ahead and bid farewell to you. See you again next Tuesday, or consider becoming a member. Talk to you soon.